Saoirse,
Yeah.
are you ever going to make a bad movie? This is getting silly.
Ah, thanks.
Now, you must be the outdoors. Every film, you're surviving the outdoors. You must be an expert now.
Listen, throw me out in the wood with a 10-year-old to look after for a few weeks when World War III breaks out. You'll be fine.
Now,
You'll
I can't
be
believe
fine.
this, but you're 19, so could you give a 19-year-old's top tips for surviving the great outdoors?
A typical 19-year-old or
Yeah, what do you need?
an experienced
lip
woodsman
gloss,
like myself?
penknife.
I'm not into lip gloss, even though I'm wearing it right now. I'm a bit uncomfortable with that. I suppose you need a penknife. I always like a cup of tea in the morning. So, cup of tea, tea bags and a kettle, that's always very important. Some beans,
And a thick knit.
a thick knit, a jumper, a brush, keeping up appearances,
I spoke to your director of this film, and I said what I liked about certainly the first. Well, I liked it all, but the first half was how comfortable the sweaters looked, and he actually said that you took one of them home with you.
No, I didn't.
The one that
Did
Edmund
I?
wears, the nice one that Edmund wears that
No,
you kind
he
of.
didn't give it to me. I wanted it though. He's telling you porcupines.
Is
They
he?
didn't. No, they didn't give me that. But I did get other clothes. I wish I had gotten the jumper. I got my creepers and things like that. That was the most comfortable jumper I've ever worn though. So I would really like it if I could. But we had great clothes in that.
Now, your character is someone who's trying to make sense of the world, and I think part of the theme of the movie is the fact that actually sometimes nothing makes sense and
No.
life is chaos, which he kind of embraces. Do you think there's a similarity between an actor's life? Because you must just go into projects going, well, I hope they're good. I don't know if
Yeah.
they will be, but...
Yeah, you don't know. I actually think that movie life is less chaotic than real life. Real life can be bloody nuts. But, when you're on a film, you're told where you're going to be, what time you're going to be picked up at, things like that. Everything's got a routine and it's quite nice. And I guess as well, I've been doing it since I was quite young, so it's like second nature to move into that environment for a little while, But I really enjoy it. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of the risk that you take with everything. You never know. Even if it's a great director, even if it's a huge film and it's like got $100 million behind it, you still don't know if it's going to be any good or if people at the time are going to be interested in that kind of subject, or there's a lot of things that need to add up, I think.
Do you always look for edgy projects though? Because it does seem like the things you do seem to have more critical weight towards them. I don't know if that's something you choose.
Well, I want them to be good, I suppose. I want to do things that I think are good, and I don't think I could really give myself to it 100% if I didn't believe that it was a good project, But I guess it's just it's a personal thing for me, and I've been lucky that I've gotten to work with great directors like Kevin and Pete and people like that. So.
Well, that was the other thing, because I just wanted to remind myself to ask you that you've worked with very famous actors and very well-known directors, but you obviously, by your performances, you never seem phased. And I just wanted to know if there's anybody that you were initially like, okay, I'm out of my depth, and then you get over it. But
I don't think so. They've all been great. Almost everyone that I've worked with has been so fantastic to work with. I don't think there's been anyone that's made me feel that way,
they put you at ease. They're nice.
I've been lucky in that way. However, if Kristen Wiig was in the room and I was supposed to do a scene with her, I think I'd just have a huge grin on my face the whole time because I think she's wonderful.
So you love her, but you'd like to be wicked to be in a film with her as well.
It would be amazing to be in a film with her, but I probably wouldn't do anything.
Is that what you'd like to do?
Just
Comedy?
gaze at her. What?
Comedy? Bit of comedy?
Yeah, I'd love to. I don't know if I'd be any good at it, but it's my favourite genre. It's my favourite thing to watch, and I've grown up with really great comedy in my life because my mum and dad are into it as well. So I'd love to do something like that, definitely, yeah.
Can I ask you about Ryan Gosling before I go?
Yeah.
Because you are working with him.
I've worked with him already, yeah.
It's all done?
It's all done. Done and dusted.
Now, he's got that whole too cool for school
He's
thing.
a cool guy.
Is
wears
he
jumpers.
actually cool?
Yeah. He's
It-
really cool.
Now, he seems quite serious too.
Not really, no. He's not. I mean, Ryan's a goofball. Ryan's great. That's all there is to it. He's lovely, and I mean, he takes his job seriously, and he took what we were doing very seriously. But he's the best guy to be around. You have so much fun when you're with him.
Can I ask very quickly, did you have friends texting you going, can I come out and see you? And you're like, no, I'm busy.
No, well, I was in Detroit, so they didn't want to come there anyway in case something happened to them. Detroit isn't as bad as everyone thinks. It's great. But I remember I told one of my best friends, and she had always said to me, if I ever work with Robert Pattinson or Ryan, she needed to come with me. And so I told her, I said, oh, guess what? I'm working with Ryan Gosling. And she grabbed my wrist like that really tight, and she's like, I'm going to kill you. That was her way of being really happy for me. So she's excited.